Please avoid buying this type of apartment if you want to buy a house here in Italy, because a lot of people that bought houses here in Italy, some of them they're already crying, some of them they're already complaining. You can see this video that is showing you on your screen, and this is an apartment somebody bought 3 years ago. Anytime it rains, the roof is having problem. That's how water will be entering the person's house. The person, anytime the person just say that it wants to rain, the person will have to take permission from work to rush home to start shifting telly, to start shifting bed, because today the roof will leak here, next tomorrow to roof it will leak here. Now because a lot of people are now having roof problem, which I will be explaining in this video. Now because a lady contacted me and she said, sir, but I took your advice. I avoid buying the last floor at the top and close to the roof. I went to buy the very first floor. You just enter, immediately you enter the building, but the roof of that house is having problem, and the person that bought the last floor is coming to disturb us that we are going to repair the roof together. What, I don't have any business with the roof because I'm staying in the first floor under. So in this video I will also explain everything to you, because she said she took my advice. Now let me first of all answer this lady. Now, whether you buy the first floor, you buy the middle floor, you buy the third floor, the fifth floor, whichever floor that you bought in that particular building, the roof of that house is for everybody. The roof is a condominium property, that is a condivided property which is being owned by everybody in that house. It is not the person that is staying in the last floor that owns the roof. No, the roof is for everybody, because there are some certain things in a palazzo, in a building, that belongs to the condominium, that belongs to everybody, like your gate, like your lift. Whether you are staying in first floor, you don't use the lift, it does not matter. The lift is still for everybody. Compound light, tree in the compound, garden in the compound, whether there is gate, all these are condominium property. So whether you are using it or you're not using it, if it gets spoiled, you will have to be involved in the repair. Even when somebody that is staying up flushes, maybe the person bath or the person went to toilet and the person flush, that pipe that the excrete everything pass is a condominium property. So if the pipe has problem up, you cannot say no, you are the one staying down, you the people that are flushing that have the problem. No, that pipe will be repaired by everybody. So please, I will beg you, go and team up with that person that is having that roof problem, and see how people can put money together to repair the roof, or whichever floor that you are staying, whether it is the first floor, middle floor, it does not matter. Now because if you refuse to join that person to fix that roof, the person can go to court, can take you to court, and the person take you to court, the judge will still force you to go and repair that roof with the person. And the disadvantage in that one is that the money that the person used to take lawyer that took you to court, you are the one that will pay your own lawyer, you are the one that will still pay the person that took you to court, you still pay the person's lawyer, and you still pay the one that the judge used to sit. So instead of you to contribute 5,000 for them to repair that roof, before you know, you will now be spending 8 to 10,000 euros because you refuse to team up with the person. Now this particular, now you would ask, okay, why did you now advise us not to buy the last floor if I'm still the one that will still contribute in repairing the roof? So this is one of the reasons why I say you should avoid first last floor, is because if you have roof problem, roof is very expensive to repair or to change. At times you spend 10,000, at times you spend 5,000, at times you spend 15,000. So if that roof is giving you problem, before you, if there's administrator in the house, the man that control the whole building, before you now call the administrator and report, administrator will now fix meeting, the meeting will be in the next 2 months before people will now come and start deliberating. If you don't have administrator, you're the one that will go and be pressing each person there before you now fix meeting. This one will say I'm going to work, the other one will say I'm not chance. Before you now be able to get people to come to that meeting, maybe 2 months. And in that 2 months, you not tell rain not to fall. Rain will still be falling. When you now eventually get to that meeting, some people can say, okay, let's go and get somebody to fix the roof. The person can come and say, to fix this roof will cost us 10,000. And your neighbors, they don't have that money. Maybe each person is supposed to bring 3,000. And the person don't have 3,000 in his account. So the person will tell you, okay, give us 3 months to raise this money, or give us 6 months to raise this money. And within that 6 months, what are you going to do? Rain will still be falling. So you are not only going to spend money in fixing that room, you might also have problem based on the inconvenience, your electronics, your children, and all that. Like this particular apartment now, we have been on this matter for the past 2 years. In the last meeting that we had, I now have to even threaten them that I'm going to court before they now say, okay, let me go and get somebody to come and fix it. So we are trying to fix it now. So the process of getting people, convincing people, because it takes a lot of money, is very difficult. That was why I said avoid the very last floor at the top, because if you have roof problem, it is a procedural process to actually fix it. So I'm not saying avoid last floor, the very last floor, because if the roof is faulty, you will not pay. No, you will still pay. Like you, madam, that is talking to me now, you're only going to spend money to contribute, but the person staying in that last floor, the person is also going to spend money and still face inconvenience. All the things that rain has destroyed in the person apartment now, you are not the one that is going to pay it. It is the person lost. If the rain spoil the television, you are not going to pay for that one. If the rain soak the bed, that's the person's own disadvantage. That's why I tell you to avoid buying the very last floor, not because you will not contribute for the roofing, but you will be able to avoid all this unnecessary inconvenience. So that was why I told us to avoid last floor. So for those of you that are having roof problem, so it is everybody in that house that is supposed to repair the roof. And if you want to buy an apartment, if it is possible, I beg you, avoid buying the last floor, because if the roof problem starts, you start calling meeting upon meeting and they may not be able to answer you. And if you now want to go to court, that one will also take a longer process before court will now fix a date, before you will now go. So it's a longer process before you know your property might get spoiled. So please share this video for people that want to buy house here in Italy, or people that have already bought an apartment, so that they'll just have this little understanding. And please don't forget to use tap send. That happens to be the best app that everybody are now using to send money to Nigeria. If you put my promo code heroes tv, they will dash you €5 in your first transaction. You can get tap send from Apple Store or from Play Store. Thank you and God bless you.